YG getting vulnerable.
Now this is a whole new level of vulnerable. Yeah,
It was something.
Starts off
because YG has been vulnerable before.
He's been vulnerable before.
Talking about like you know what I'm saying, missing his homies,
Correct.
dead homies, or you know what I'm saying, homies incarcerated. He even talked about that in the song. Like I like the line about Nip was to me how big was to hold. I like the correlation of that. But this was a whole new level of vulnerability that a lot of men either shy away from or not comfortable with talking about. If you don't know, we're talking about YG new record 2004 featuring Buddy in the game. Shout out to Buddy, by the way.
Buddy and them.
Yeah. And he starts off very aggressive.
First line.
The first line.
I got R word.
While he was listening to it, I felt like he was expecting like
some gangsters.
I went in with a notion, and I heard the first line, and I said,
"Well, you could know you went in with hearing the beat first."
Correct. And
And the beat was the thinking. I said, hear something else.
I said, "Oh shit, okay, we fit." Then I heard the first line. I said, "I said."
This is a different type of classroom.
This is
way different.
Okay, so what do you think? First of all, will this be accepted in hip hop? Let's start there first, before we even get to the messaging.
What do you mean by accepted first?
Well, I mean, we're in an era where it's a lot of drill rap. It's a lot of braggadocious rap. It's not really introspective. Like the ones that do it.
So you saying would it be basically embraced by other artists,
right? Or the fellow hip hop community, because YG is known to being a gangster rap, big back, big and move. Meet the Flockers.
I think if you're older,
money.
R.P. Quan.
Golly, he is
that's crazy. Crazy.
Old school hip hop, I think, will embrace it more, because if you go back and listen to old lyrics, a lot of it was really talking about the struggle, but it's still a personal story that they, were sharing.
Yeah, some of them was telling on themselves.
Some
happily
saying exactly what they see, but I think it'll definitely be embraced because he's being open and vulnerable. As far as the newer generation, I think to some extent they're not going to understand how to appreciate it, because when they turn on music, they just want to hear. They want to hear something that they can ride to or play in the background.
They don't want to
think
too much about it.
Yeah, it's kind of like how some people perceive a lot of like what Kendrick does. Like, cool, I like the song, but I don't want to play this in the car or anything like that. Like, it's a nice song, but Ryan. Drop it.
I didn't say a word.
Talking about all his music.
They drop.
And you stop.
I just looked at him and.
Anyways, I think the old heads and people who really appreciate hip hop are gonna
really
embrace the song message, whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You tell me that song went crazy when it came.
That was a moment.
That was a moment.
What a moment. I love just for the introspectiveness of it.
Don't shy.
What do y'all think is more important, the message or the messenger?
More important?
More important? Truthfully, I think the messenger is more important than the message.
Really?
And I think a lot of society looks at it like that.
I think that's how society takes it.
So I don't know. Bias and favoritism.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's different coming from someone else.
That's because normally what you expect to get from him, and it's not this.
Right.
Correct.
So, like I said, I love the message, but I don't know if that will be received well just based off of, you know,
Who sent it?
right. Because of we got so much different type of music and avenues that we got from YG. I don't know if this will be embraced in the way it needs to be, because I think this is a think piece.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a conversation piece. I think this is something that I know me personally. I've experienced some form of what he's talking about of essay, and back then I thought, like he said, I thought it was cool. I just thought, hey, I got the juice. I just thought that's what we're supposed to be doing as young niggas. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that we're being conditioned by some really nasty old women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's terrible that we're not looking at it from that perspective, because if the shoes was on the other foot and the roles were reversed,
lock them up.
so I don't know. I like the fact that that he did it. I like the fact that he spoke about it. In the way that he spoke about it, it was very harsh. Very harsh to come out first bar.
Yeah.
First bar to say that.
First bar.
But I hope it's accepted. I don't know if it will be because it's YG, but I like that.
I think he'll get some pushback because, like you were saying, even if you look back at like movies and TV shows and just the general society we was in, sometimes it's like if the little boy is flirting with, if a 10-year-old is flirting with the 30-year-old teacher.
Don't even go that old.
You ain't got to go there, but it's the simple fact that it's a grown up and a little boy. It's like, oh, that's cute. He got a little girlfriend. But I guarantee you, if this was the other way around, oh boy, like
Even that's why I say you ain't got to go that old, because let's just go to like little 2-year-old, 3-year-olds walking in the store. Oh my gosh, he gonna be a heartbreaker.
You can't say that about no little
To a
girl.
little girl,
He
bro.
say that shit, man.
Oh, she gonna break many of her boys. She gonna
be out there, ain't
She gonna be the one, ain't she?
She gonna be bad when she get older.
She
What?
gonna be some fine. Nigga, yoke you up, nigga. You might lose your life.
Might.
Talking about somebody's daughter like that. So I don't like the. Can we talk about it?
Go ahead.
Come on.
Why is that the normalcy with young men and nasty old women? Like, I'm gonna just talk about my background. Me coming up in the church background, I even experienced that. And at first, I didn't think about it until I really thought about this song and I heard other people talk about it, and I was like, you know what? I did experience that. Old lady talking, oh, you so cute. You gonna be my boyfriend when you get older. What are you talking about?
Can't wait till you turn 18.
Can't wait till you turn 18.
Oh, girl.
Call me when you turn 18.
Is that when your son?
Boy.
Boy,
Hey.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
That is crazy. Why is that not frowned upon more, in y'all opinion?
It's a double standard.
I was gonna say it's a double standard. That's how society works, man.
It's an unexplained double standard, but both of them.
No, it's explained. It's just.
Oh, go ahead.
It's. I feel like society treats it like women are meant to be protected in terms of what you can say and what you can't say to them, whereas it's not like that with men. Men are just supposed to kind of accept what
Just
comes
brush
to
it
them.
off.
Correct.
Brush it off.
Yeah.
Don't even let that affect you. Good, bad, or indifferent.
Even with the teacher that just got arrested for, she was.
Samantha for Miller.
There you go.
There you go.
She was what, 20? Was she 28 at the time, and the boy was 15? I believe so. If I got it wrong, I'll put the correct age. But they were reporting on that, and I had seen not even a few. I saw quite a bit of guys. I'm like, man, where was the teachers at when I was in school, man? I ain't saying, you know, if that was me, I would have been. And it's just like,
No, you wouldn't.
thank you. You would have felt some type of way too, even if you was in the situation.
And with me, I experienced that with the teacher, and like I said, back then, bro, like, at first when this happened, it's like, oh, shit, it's kind of cool. Cause you young, you don't know it's wrong.
You don't even know what's happening.
You don't know that she's not supposed to be leaning over my desk and rubbing on my chest.
Correct.
She's not supposed to be doing that.
Correct.
But I'm not thinking about that. Or you whispering in my ear, hey, you gonna come to my room tonight. You're not supposed to be saying that to me. As a, what was
15, 16. Probably 16.
Junior, Atlanta trip was junior year, right?
Ooh. Was it?
Was that something?
I'm not sure. Let's just, it was
16.
roughly 15, 16.
There. Your hormones is going throughout the roof, so you're not thinking like, oh, this is the worst thing ever. Let me go tell my mom. Let me go tell my sister. Let me go tell my aunt. No, it's just like, oh, okay. It's another older lady hitting on me.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not thinking why. You're not thinking, oh, this is wrong. You're not thinking I'm underage. Why is you talking to me like, first of all, ain't you married? And that's why I had the problem with the Samantha girl. Like, you just got married off the Adelphi Coast or wherever that's at. Like, you had a beautiful wedding and got a husband, and then you get arrested in front of your husband
For this. For this.
for texting a minor, having sex with a minor, bro.
15-year-old. What? I struggle to understand what grown-ups see in minors as far as any type of attraction. Like,
Okay, I was going to say a joke. That was bedtime.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I was
Sorry.
I was sorry. I was
Sorry.
sorry.
you might not want to do that.
Sorry.
Like, and let me clearly explain what I'm saying. People that look at minors and say, "Ooh, I want to be with them." Like, I struggle to understand where that thought process comes from, and then not only that, to actually act on it.
Facts.
Because a lot of things don't happen overnight. Go ahead.
Wouldn't it be a problem if you did understand?
It would.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you did understand, you
Sympathize with them.
correct,
You know?
right? And then you could say, oh, well, he's only doing this because X, Y, Z, right? And then it makes sense because it's this, that, and the third. I don't understand why you would do that. I've never looked at. I'm in my 30s, bro. I see someone past like 25, like, yo,
It just don't.
I'm
it's
just like, bro, like,
I'm
Child.
22.
yeah,
Child.
please leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah. That's why I said, like, it's weird. And then to even go that far to engage.
Right, because
in
now
that act.
with the mentality that I have of knowing what it takes to get there, you was willing to get there with me when I was at that age. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
That is nuts.
How old is YG?
30.
30.
I don't know. Producer looked it up.
So this is what, at least the 90s or early 2000s he's talking about?
For sure.
possibly?
Yeah, for sure.
So
well, I thought that's why he named it 2004.
2004.
okay, there you go.
Yeah.
So think about now that's
35.
okay. So that's
Everybody's 35.
right. That's 21 years ago. Now, granted, however you look at it, it might not be too long ago, or it might be a long time ago. But still, at that time, society still growing up as a guy, like you said, it's just like one of them things. You got an older woman wanting to do something with you, like, I'm the man. Okay, I'm the man. Then when you grow up, you just like, she took advantage of me, and that ain't cool. It was never cool.
Especially in that situation that YG talking about. I'm messing with your niece.
Go to school with her.
You ain't even supposed to be looking at me. One, because that's your niece. Two, because I'm your niece age. Why is you trying to come mess with me and I'm... That's crazy. And I think it's hyper sexualized nowadays as well. Like the different porn categories that's nasty like that, like the mom and son, like all that's just weird to me. The fact that people can indulge in that, like why such emphasis on such an age gap of this woman being that much older than you, or you being that much younger? That's weird to me.
I think it's just like what you were saying, Ryan. Certain people possibly, I ain't gonna say possibly, certain people understand why others look at those age gaps those way, and then they try to sympathize, like, well, you know, they have to have their space too, which is again why you're seeing weird stuff now. So it's like a lot of that stuff is just not okay. Especially if you're looking at like a incestual kind of dynamic or anything like that. That's honestly, it's weird to try to defend and be a part of, but I still struggle to understand, like, how do you look at that, understand it, and then want to engage in it? That's just, right. I can't wrap my head around that at all.
Do y'all think it will ever be a safe space or welcoming for the newer generation or the younger generation to come forward when that happens, or this will just be the double standard in society for years on end?
As it happens? Like in real time?
Right.
Like with a young man tell somebody that this is happening?
I don't know if the 15-year-old in that teacher situation, the story goes that his mom was getting him a new phone. Mm-hmm. So she had to log into his iCloud or his whatever, and that's how she seen the messages. Mm-hmm. I'm not just for certain that he would have just told his mom.
Nah, he wouldn't have.
He wouldn't have.
So, like, at what point do we make it, like, alerting that, hey, this shouldn't happen? You shouldn't experience that. We know we think it's cool because she's the older teacher. She the one that's, like, older grown. Like, that's the older adult. Like, she looking at you at the at somebody's house or whatever, but she shouldn't be doing it. And you should tell somebody.
Unfortunately, as much as you can talk about it and try to organize and do anything about it, I'm gonna be optimistic. I'm gonna say that with people like YG, who you wouldn't expect, because you expect gangster talk from him, I think it's good that he's speaking out about it, because then it may help somebody who looks at him like, oh man, he looks just like me, and I've been through that, who otherwise wouldn't talk about that. So I think in that aspect, I think it will have some type of domino effect to where it could help out. But I have to be realistic. People still get DUIs, crash drunk in the middle of the night, whatnot. And how many times commercials, tweets, posts you can see, do not drive drunk. And guess what happens on New Year's? Somebody drives drunk, unfortunately hit somebody, lose their life, or kill somebody else, or anything like that. So it's just kind of like one of them things where the message, it can get out there, but some people are going to look at it and just like, man, what are you tripping? Oh, I ain't listening to that. I'm cool. It's just...
Or just being clowned by your peers.
That too.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You can just be 14, 15, and hey, bro, I don't think this is... What you mean, bro? If that was me.
That was me, bro.
Yeah, bro. Boy.
I mean, like, the cycle continues. They grow up like, man...
Like what you said, that's why I don't trust women now, or that's why I can't be in a committed relationship long term, because this happened. Mm-hmm. You know what I also think? I think it's because the double standard of society don't think men can get our word.
You're right about that.
Unless it's by another man.
Correct.
I don't like that.
That's all I got for that.
Prayers to YG, prayers to all victims involved.
Good for speaking out.
No, for sure. I hope that is a a lead to, you know what I'm saying, an effective way of communicating for young men out there that's going through something like that. Because me personally, I didn't speak out when it happened.
Because you, why would you speak out? Because damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you speak out, like you said, you're gonna get clowned about it, and honestly, people probably not gonna even take you seriously.
Right.
But then if you don't say anything, then that stays with you until you get grown, and it's like
you realize, like, oh, that was wrong.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, a lot of people, just from what I see and observe, I hate when people do this. Like, well, if you would have said something sooner, it's like, no, you know good and well. Yeah. If I would have said something, nah, like hindsight, you looking at it, but yeah,
facts.
I also think the hard part of stuff like that is when you're that young, you don't even really know what's happening. So if you don't really know what's happening,
you're just figuring out your body.
Correct. So like, if you don't really know what's happening, how can you tell somebody that something wrong is happening to you?
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like I feel like that kind of happens why people speak out years later. Is I didn't know this was wrong in the moment.
Right.
I
especially when the feeling.
Right.
You feel like
it feels
right.
like this is right, and it feels like this is supposed to be happening.
Yeah, because it's an enjoyment
Correct.
at the moment.
Yeah. So I just think it's hard because, like I said, you just don't know when you're that young. You have no idea, and I agree with you. I just don't think society helps condition not just men. I just don't think society conditions people well enough to go to somebody that can actually help them with their problems.
There's still uncles right now telling their nephews and whoever else, you got that girl. Yeah, all right, I see your nephew. And then there are aunties right now calling a little girl fast for even going around a boy who they ain't doing nothing with. But then it's like, what's the old saying where if you basically try to keep, two kids away from each other, something like it's just gonna make them want to see more. But then also you still got them older male relatives or family friends and whatnot that still come around the kids and be, doing stuff as well. So
facts.
Social media is a good way to like speak out on things, but in the real world, like
it's tough.
It's gonna take generations.
It's tough.